Okay, quick tutorial on how to make wooden shingles. It all starts with your wood, and these are white oak chunks, and what you're looking for is nice, pretty, straight grain. Okay, if there's excessive amount of twists or there's knots, that's really not ideal. But basically, your first step is to secure the wood, cut it to the right length. I'm guessing this is about 18 inches or something like that, and then split it into what they call bolts, which is nothing more than triangular pieces. Okay, so this piece here is too wide at the moment, so I want to split it again, and I just take a splitting maul. I want to split right down the center. And it helps if you hit it in the right spot. Okay, now once I've got that split, the first defect I see is this right here, and I want to get rid of that. It's just going to cause lots of problems. So I just take that splitting maul and get rid of it. Okay, so this is a nice bolt, is what they call it. And your next step is to, I've got one out here already, but is to put it in some sort of vise is not the right word. What I've done here is I've cut a notch in this big log that won't move, and what that allows you to do, so when you take your froe, it gives you something to wedge against. Okay, so your next step involves a froe. This one here is probably 100 years old. Be wary of the new cheap ones with really thin blades. You want something with a little bit of meat on it in the proper profile. And after that, you'll want a block of wood to hit the froe with. This one is my first version. It's out of balance, so I just went ahead and turned one. It makes it for easier. Okay, now I go with about 1/2 inch, and you're just going to take your mallet that you've made and beat it into the wood. And watch your hands. Okay, this handle right here is meant for working back and forth to split. Okay, don't push down with it, because all it's going to do is pop out of the socket and you're going to smash your hand in the process. But and here's where this thing comes into play. You want to pry it just like that, and just keep working it down. Sometimes they split easy, sometimes they don't. Okay, once you've got to that stage, you just split it open and you'll have a shingle. Now these are hand riven shingles, so they're not going to be perfect, but that's what you want. So the next step, I got different sizes of notches here. Okay, so when they get down to a certain size, you can have something to pry against. Okay, and this piece here has got a really severe slope to it, so there we go. Okay, got started. Just like that. Another shingle. Okay, now if you notice to my right here, if they don't want to split well, like this one here, just consider that firewood. Don't even bother, because it's just too much trouble. You want wood that's going to split well. Okay, well that's the second step. The next step is to put a couple parallel edges on here, and I just use this block here as a reference, and if you look down, that's pretty straight. That's pretty straight. It's not bad, but if you got a lot of sapwood you might want to cut off, just take a hatchet and you can cut that off. Okay, and if you check it for straightness, it's not bad. That's not bad either. Okay, my next step is to flatten this a little bit. Now I've got all these I haven't straightened up yet, but these go to here, and then they go to your shave horse. And I've got a video on how to make this. And so at this stage here, you just want to clean up some of the roughness so it lays better. And I find if you put on your draw knife, if you put the bevel down, it won't dig in as deep. And again, I'm not looking for perfection. Part of it, the look, is the rustic look. I just want them to lay well against each other, the shingles. Okay. And then here, there's a pretty good cup on that, so I want to, you can see how much of a cup is right here. Try to get rid of some of that. Okay, so there you go. There's a basic shingle, and it's going to be rustic. That's what you're looking for anyway, and the whole goal is to shed water, but you just have to do that about 1,000 times to get what you need. But it's a pretty quick process, and hope that helps. Hope that demystifies the whole process.